Hi, everyone.
Hey,
My name is Alon Paster, and I'm the head of commercial development for global emerging markets, eBay. Super excited to be here today and to have this talk with you. I really wish that I could have joined you and be in the beautiful Riga, but unfortunately, the COVID has prevented us from traveling these times. So we will have to do it via Zoom. Hope that everybody hears me well. So what am I going to talk about today? Today, I'm going to talk about how can global marketplaces actually help your business grow your cross-border trade business, meaning what's going to be in my talk today. So I'm going to start first at a look at Latvia to talk a little bit about the economics at Latvia, at least from my point of view. Then I'll speak about a little bit about the future of e-commerce post-COVID-19 to give you some perspective of what's happening in the global market. Then I'll go and talk a little bit about how marketplaces actually can help your CBT business. Hope that time will allow us. I will also share a little bit of information about eBay in Latvia. And then I'll talk about a special program that we have for Latvian sellers. At the end, I'm planning to leave a few minutes for everybody to ask me questions. I really hope that we will get there, but don't worry, if we're not going to be there, you'll be able, I'll leave my name and how you can reach me at the end. So please feel free to reach out, even if you didn't get a chance to ask questions. So if we're all agreeing on that, let's quickly jump and start by having a look at Latvia. So what's happening in Latvia, or at least what's happening to the GDP in Latvia? So what we actually saw in Latvia in 2020, which probably doesn't surprise anybody in the audience, is that the GDP actually dropped in 2020 due to the COVID effect. And this drop actually had a huge impact on the Latvian economic. As you can see in the chart, not only the overall GDP per capita of Latvia is lower than the others, the drop that Latvian GDP had was actually bigger than any in many other countries. There's also a good side about that. So when we look at the charts and we look at what's going to happen to the GDP per capita in the next 5 years, we see that actually the GDP in Latvia was growing really, really nice until the COVID hit us. Then it got really hit bad. So we all see the drop on the chart, but the good news is actually that the GDP is going to hypergrow in the next 5 years, which means that your economic is really getting to the good part, or the good point, sorry. But what's happening to the population in the same time? So when you look at the population of the last 5 years and the forecast of 5 years ahead, you actually see that the total population in Latvia is declining. It's declining actually really fast. So when you think about the GDP per capita, that it actually got hit in 2020, but you understand that this is going to change and this is going to grow. And you understand that population is declining. What does that mean for a seller, somebody that wants to sell something in the next few years? From my perspective, when I look at this data, I think export actually is the future for Latvia. It means that if your economy is growing and the population is decreasing, it means that if you really want to grow your business, you need to focus on export and shipping your goods out of Latvia where buyers are. So the next chapter, let's talk a little bit about the global e-commerce market. So what's happening in the world e-commerce? World e-commerce actually is growing in a very, very fast pace. So in 2021, the total e-commerce is going to hit something around 3.3 billion. But in the next 4 or 5 years, it's actually growing in a very, very fast pace. As you can see, above 6% per year, which will actually get us to 4.2 billion in 2025. Not only the e-commerce world is growing and growing really fast, but also the penetration of e-commerce to many people is growing. As you can see, in 2021, we think something a little bit above 50% of the population worldwide are going to buy online. But in 2025, this number is going to grow to 60, which is a huge growth. And we're talking about an average ARPU of a user, which will be around 850, which is pretty huge. Not only the total e-commerce is growing, but also the share of total e-commerce as a part of the total retail sales. So we all know that 2020 was bad for many, many reasons, but for e-commerce, we all understand that it did really, really well. So you can see the growth in the percentage of e-commerce out of total global retail that jumped from around 13% to around 18%. But what's good about this chart and the data that I'm sharing with you here today is actually that, yes, the COVID has contributed quite a lot for the growth, but it is still going to grow. So in 2024, we think that 20% of the sales in commerce are going to come from e-commerce, which is pretty amazing again. But one thing that I want to share with you today, which I think is the coolest data that I've seen lately, is all about cross-border e-commerce. So in 2016, CBT was only 15% of the total e-commerce. But next year, it is going to hit 22%. What does that actually mean? It means that when people buy online, 1 of each 4 acquisitions online of goods will actually be from another country. So these are really, really good news for Latvian sellers that are putting their efforts on export. It means that a lot of people are going to buy from other places. And we also see that in the charts. And when we look at the European market, for example, and we've asked, or the Statista asked European users, did they buy from other countries in the last year or so, you see that the numbers are huge. So for example, in Ireland, 84% of the people bought at least once from another country. So we're talking about the world is getting smaller, which means good news for everybody that wants to export. So what do people export when they do buy online? What do they buy? So when we looked at this data, we actually see significant similarity to the most popular online shopping. So CBT is not different from any online shopping that we see, which means that clothing is still leading the pack, but also consumer electronics, toys and hobbies, jewelries and watches. These are the things that people are buying cross-border, and it's very important for you to know. So what does that all mean, right? What does it mean that we saw that the economics in Latvia is growing. We saw that the population is decreasing. We understand that if you want to grow your business in Latvia, it means that you need to export. But we also saw that e-commerce is growing tremendously, not just in Latvia, in all around the world. But we saw that the category of CBT is growing tremendously as well as a part of the e-commerce. What does that mean for a seller today? From my perspective, it means just one thing, that e-com CBT is the way to grow your business. So if you really want to grow your business, if you're a Latvian seller, if you have any goods, e-com CBT is your way to grow your business. So we understood that. Let's talk a little bit about the entrance. So you know that you want to sell, you understand that you need to sell cross-border, you need to export, you understand that e-commerce is the way to do it, right? Now, the real question is how? How should you do it? Should you enter through a marketplace, or is it just better to build your own site? And I want to start with a story. So what you see here on the screen, you probably know the guy on the right-hand side, which is Donald Trump. Yes, he used to be the US president. But the story that I want to share with you about Donald Trump is actually about the left side of the screen, which is about selling lemonade. So a couple of years ago, before Donald Trump became a president of the United States, he was actually a part of a show in the United States, which was called The Apprentice, which he was trying to teach people how or decide which guy would get a dream job working for Donald Trump. And one of the exercise that he gave for the people was actually he split them into groups and he asked them, go and sell lemonade. Go and sell lemonade and come back. And that was a competition to see which team is going to make the most money out of selling lemonade. So you would probably ask yourself the question, like, which team won? Like, which team did the best? Was it the team that had the best marketing? Was it the team that built the best product? Like, their lemonade was the best. Like, what was really the spice that got the team to win? And you would probably be surprised to see that the first rule of business was actually location, location, and location. So the team that won didn't do the best product, didn't have the best marketing, but they knew were actually to locate their stand in order to get the right people to come and buy their product. Why am I telling you this story? So I'm sharing you this story because when you think about the internet and you think about the first rule of business of location, location, and location, you ask yourself, what does it mean for the internet seller? Where should I place my selling if I want to sell lemonade? So the first rule of e-commerce, at least from my perspective, is traffic, traffic, and traffic. It means that if you want to open a shop online, if you want to open your business online, it means that you need to seek where the traffic is. And numbers actually show that. Because when you look at the top retailer sites worldwide, you actually see that 5 out of 10 biggest sites worldwide, or 5 out of 10 biggest traffic generator sites are actually marketplaces. And if you look deeply into the charts, you'll actually understand that the second half are actually top brands. What does it mean for you? It means that unless you're a really top brand, like Apple, like Walmart, like, I don't know, Samsung or any other real top brand, it means that when you want to open your shop and when you want to do cross-border selling, it means that you need to use a marketplace because that's where the traffic is. But there's one thing that I want to share with you about marketplaces. Marketplaces are much more than traffic. What else can you get from a marketplace today? So first of all, marketplaces are great from time to market perspective. If you want to open your own shop, it takes time, it takes effort. If you want to open your shop on a marketplace, it takes not more than 5 minutes to open a shop, not more than 10 minutes to upload your first product, and that's it. You can start selling. So marketplaces offer you many solutions like integrated payments, so you don't need to worry about that. The cost on marketplace is relatively smaller than any cost that you'll bear if you'll open up your own shop. Marketing wise, a marketplace does the marketing for you. They have the brand. They can also build tools that will help you market your sales or market your goods through that marketplace. Marketplace can help you with fulfillment, with the way that you ship your goods to other markets. But also marketplaces has lots of technology. What it means, for example, that they can give you tools that you will not be able to build by yourself. And on top of that, marketplaces are something that people trust. So eBay has been a brand for over the 25 years, which means that people trust eBay. They know that they can buy on eBay and they are very secure that their goods will come on time. And if not, they know where they should go if they have any problems. So this is why, if you think about opening your shop, you should definitely consider to do that through a marketplace. So e-commerce website or selling from marketplaces. So we talked about the traffic, but also when you look at this chart, you understand that it's not only about traffic. The real number shows us that online marketplaces have the highest share of digital purchases. So again, it's not about just having the users. You really see that if you want to do sales, online marketplaces are the best for you. But should you just open a store on a marketplace, or can you do it in many ways? So I'll give you my 2 cents on the story. I think that today's world has become a multi-channel world. And what does that mean? It means that, yes, marketplaces are definitely the place that you can start. eBay is one of the top marketplaces, and we invite you to start through marketplaces. But it also means that you should sell anywhere to sell more. So don't be shy. Open a store on a marketplace, but if you want to open your own store, that's fine. You can still sell through a marketplace and your own store in parallel. So hopefully, when we look at the story that I just shared with you, we understand what's happening in Latvia. We looked at a CBT, we looked at e-commerce, and we understand that the best way for a seller today in Latvia, if he wants to start his business, would be to start it on a marketplace. So by saying that, let's talk a little bit about what's happening in eBay in Latvia. So what is the story of eBay and how can eBay actually help the Latvian sellers today? So a little bit about eBay. eBay is truly a global market. eBay has actually changed the way that people buy online and created a completely new economy that allows SMBs and enterprise sellers to reach a huge market. So today at eBay, we have over 159 million global active buyers. What it means for you, it means that when you open a shop, you open your shop to those almost 160 million buyers. Not only that, we work in 190 markets. So again, huge opportunity for any seller that wants to start selling on e-commerce today. And not only that, you should know that eBay is one of the top search sites all around the world. And it has about 250 million searches on eBay on just one day. Just one day. So what does it mean selling overseas? When we looked at the Latvian sellers, we actually saw that, past COVID-19, saw in Latvia a growth of 47% in new sellers in Latvia, which means that the business in Latvia is growing and we're helping businesses to grow in Latvia, and we're super happy to keep on supporting you. So what are people selling from Latvia? So I don't know if you know or you'll be surprised, but the number one things that are people selling from Latvia are actually parts and accessories. So auto parts is the number one export that we see in eBay, following by electronics and fashion, but also collectibles, home and garden, lifestyles, and others. What else can I share with you today? I can share with you that an item from Latvia was bought on eBay on 2020 every 27 seconds. So it means every minute we actually see 2 sales coming from Latvia. Pretty amazing, isn't it? So what did they export last year? So the number one things that was sold through Latvia last year was actually stamps, following by mobile phone cases. And as you all seen, parts and accessory was a big chunks of the Latvian seller selling last year. So who's buying from Latvia? Like, where are people from Latvia selling? To which countries? So again, I would probably not surprise you to say that the number one country that Latvian sellers are selling today, they're selling to the United States, following by the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and Italy. So number one country is the United States, but followed by the major countries in Europe. And one story, again, that I want to share with you is Pavel, one of our most successful Latvian seller. This is a prize that he won from us last year. His company actually sold last year to 150 countries across the globe, which is truly amazing, and only through a marketplace, and only through a marketplace like eBay, Pavel could have reached this huge number of sellers. So kudos Pavel, and hope that we see more and more sellers coming from Latvia and reaching these amazing numbers. Last but not least, I want to share with you 2 anecdotes that I found about selling on eBay from Latvia, which I thought was really cool. So we looked way back and we asked ourselves, what was the first item sold from Latvia in eBay? And we actually found that it was a Russian Army Red Cross officer photo of World War I that was sold for almost $10. But we also looked at our data and we was wondering what was the most expensive item sold from Latvia on the last 20-something years. And we actually found that a person in Latvia sold 11 top domains for not less than $100,000 on eBay. So pretty amazing, isn't it? Before I end up and I leave it for questions for you to ask, I want to tell you a little bit about how eBay and how can we support Latvian sellers and help you actually onboard on eBay and come be a part of the success of the many Latvian sellers that you saw before. So how can eBay support Latvian sellers? So today I'm happy to announce and to tell you that eBay has a special program that will support Latvian sellers. What does that program mean? It means that we're able to give you personal training to help you onboard and to get faster onboarding on eBay, but we'll also help you with our growth advisors, how to sell better, what are the ways that you can sell, how to show your item on the eBay platform. Not only that, if you join the program and you're eligible to join the program, you'll have a free store for 3 months and free limited items. So I really encourage you to come and join the program. And if you want to ask, how do I see if I'm fit for the program? I actually added a barcode here that you can easily scan, and you can get to a page, you register, and then one of our representatives will look at your business and see if you're eligible for the program. And in any case, we will write you back and talk to you after you register. So I really encourage you today to use this program because it's a huge opportunity, and through the program we help many sellers grow across the world. Last but not least, if you need any information and you're looking for ways to grow your business and to see how can you export, how can eBay help me grow my business through CBT exporting, I really encourage you. We've built a great site in this URL, which is called export.ebay.com. We have all the data, we have Q&As, we have videos and other things that can really help you grow your business on eBay. I encourage you and I urge you to go to that site and use the information that we're sharing with you so you can enjoy that and really grow your business on eBay. As I'm almost running out of time, I used the complete 25 minutes that I got. Again, I want to say thank you for having me today. I'm super happy for the chance to come and speak to you, to talk to you about e-commerce, to talk to you about Latvia, to share with you my knowledge and the information that we have, what's going on for Latvian sellers on eBay. And as I promised, I'm ending up with a huge thank you. So again, the URL, export.ebay.com, go there, learn a lot. And if you didn't get a chance to ask me questions in the next couple of minutes, this is my Facebook, my LinkedIn. Don't be shy, keep in touch, ask questions. I'm here to help. So thank you so much. I'm ready to answer questions if they are.